Welcome back to the TMBC Wake YouTube channel. Hi guys, I'm back, and this time I'm going to share with you my experience with wakeboarding vests. I recently purchased a new vest, and I typically purchase one once per year or every other year, depending on the quality of the vest. If you enjoy this video, please click the like button. Also, please leave comments. I enjoy hearing your feedback. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, as well as click the notification bell so you can be notified of my future videos. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so you can see here that what I've done is I've laid out all of my life vests that I've used in the past. There's a few missing. From right to left, you'll see I have a Coast Guard approved vest, I have a Jet Pilot vest, I have a Liquid Force cardigan, I have a Liquid Force Z cardigan, another Liquid Force Z cardigan, Liquid Force Ghost Comp, and then I have two different women's vests. So the first vest I'll show you is the Coast Guard approved vest. You'll notice here that it actually says US Coast Guard approved. Almost all the other vests I'm going to show you are not Coast Guard approved. The big difference is the amount of foam or flotation device in the front and all around in general. The flotation is on a Coast Guard approved vest is meant to keep your chest towards the sky if you were to pass out or be knocked out and didn't have the ability to tread water. You can see that most Coast Guard approved vests have a couple of latches that you can tighten up at the bottom, but in general they don't fit as snug as my comp vests, but they have a lot more flotation value. They also, usually Coast Guard approved vests don't have the ability to look quite as good, but there are some cool looking vests out there, and I'll show you one. So now I'm showing you my Jet Pilot Daniel Powers vest. This vest is one I put in this list because I wanted to show you one that I was actually fairly disappointed with. I never choose red for neoprene anymore because it fades so quickly. I didn't even use this vest for one full season, and it's pretty faded. The other reason why I didn't end up liking this vest is because of how it zips up and latches in the front. It just makes it to where it's looser than I would like it to be. It might have been better. All these vests that I wear are size large. It might have been better for maybe a guy a little bit bigger than me. I am 6'2", 205 pounds, usually 200 even when it's boating season. So maybe a little bit better for somebody else, but it didn't work out great for me. But I just wanted to show you the fit, and I'll kind of give you an idea of how tight it felt by kind of pulling it out and stretching at the chest, and then again at the bottom. I found that this vest would slip up a lot, and it would just kind of unposition itself. It would be kind of cockeyed all the time. The next vest I'm going to show you is a Liquid Force cardigan. And you can see that even the Daniel Powers Jet Pilot vest, and this one, the comp vests or competition vests, are much thinner, much less flotation value, but the fit is generally nicer and it looks better. It's just not going to be saving your life if you pass out or you get knocked out. You can see that this one does not have a zipper, so I have to actually pull it on like a t-shirt, and it is pretty tight. It does take a bit to get used to how you pull it on. But it's a nice snug fit. This was actually one of my favorite vests. I used it for 2 seasons. That's why it is faded. And I'll actually show you a little bit of damage here in a second. And that is from the fact that it doesn't have a zipper. So I was just always pulling down right there, and it ended up busting at the seams there. But I did get a lot of use out of this, and this was one of my favorite vests. Then Liquid Force started doing Z cardigans, and that stands for zipper. Those actually worked better, so you have the same fit as the Liquid Force cardigan, and they now became reversible as well, but very easy to get in and out of with the zipper. So I'm just showing you what it looks like reversed. I rarely ever reverse mine. I generally buy mine for the look that it has on the other side, but it is a nice option to be able to reverse it. You can tell that this one is much easier to put on and take off because of the zipper. You generally want your vest to fit where it feels like it's a little hard to breathe. That's usually a good fit, because once it starts getting wet, it gets a little more stretchy. You want that thing to stay in place. This one I did use for 1 season, and it worked really well. I just was not really ever happy with the color contrast with my wetsuit for that vest, but it's still a good vest. I keep that one around. Some of these other ones I'll probably sell or get rid of. This is the vest I've been recently wearing the most. This is the Liquid Force Z Cardigan Tropical version. I really liked how they did the graphics on this one. This one's also reversible, so you can go all black on the reverse side. This is my favorite vest yet. I did really like the contrast between the colors of this and my wetsuit, and it had the best fit I've felt with a vest so far. Nice and snug, stretchy but not too stretchy. The foam in it, or the flotation foam, is actually a little bit thicker, so a little bit better for flotation. And just held up really well. I actually put 2 seasons on this, and it still almost looks brand new. So I was really impressed with this one, and this is still my favorite vest. So the Liquid Force Z Cardigan Tropical. This next vest is the Liquid Force Ghost Comp. This is Liquid Force's top model for a vest. It's a very cool look, and it's got very good support and protection. It's actually got a really comfortable layer on the inside that I'll show you here. It's almost like a fleece. So this one was really great. When I first got it, I liked it a lot, but I actually am selling this one, and I already have a friend that is interested in buying it, because it's just slightly too big for me. I'm very picky now that I've had my last one, the Liquid Force Z Cardigan Tropical. This Liquid Force Ghost Comp is a little bit stretchier than I want it to be for my size. I think it'll work great in somebody that's just slightly bigger than me. So I actually ended up only using this a little bit this year, and then I went straight back to my Liquid Force Z Cardigan Tropical. Very cool vest, but I just liked that Z cardigan way more. So I actually went ahead and bought a new Liquid Force Z cardigan, and it is the new tropical version. And it fits basically just like the last Liquid Force Z cardigan tropical I had. Pretty happy because I actually like the colors on this one even more than the last version I had, because I actually like blues. If you couldn't tell by watching any of the videos on the rest of my channel, I really like blue. So this one has a lot more of a blue tone to it. And I think it's still going to have some good contrast from my wetsuit. My wetsuit I generally like to be just black or a dark color. So I like my vest to pop off of that a little bit at least. So that's basically my lineup of vests, and that's kind of my experience with them. As far as my own vests, I did want to show you a women's vest, and this is a Coast Guard approved. This is one of my wife's vests, and just wanted to show you that you can find pretty cool looking U.S. Coast Guard approved vests. You can see the foam on that's really thick. They're just never quite as cool as the comp vests, and not quite as flexible. That's kind of the two big differences there. Safety is important. Generally, they suggest you don't even do what we're doing without a U.S. Coast Guard vest, but I just love my comp vests. So this is her comp vest, and it's a pretty cool look. It's actually from Ronix, as you can see. Much thinner, much less flotation value. So just giving you an idea there. That's basically the main difference, is that comp vest is lighter and more flexible, and then the U.S. Coast Guard is heavier, thicker foam, less flexible, but much safer. So now that I've shown you several of my vests that I've used over the years and my new vest, hopefully that helped you and give you some information on how to choose a vest for yourself. It's definitely best if you can get to a store and try them on. And living in Montana, I do not have a whole lot of options for that. Generally, the stuff that I buy is not in stores around me. Anytime I'm in a bigger city, I always take advantage of going into stores and trying stuff on. But I would say the biggest things to look for is you want a nice, snug fit, and just picture yourself taking a big spill and think about whether or not that thing might roll up, because that's a pretty typical thing with wakeboarding, is you're taking big spills, and the looser ones will roll up, or slide up or what have you. And if you're always stretching it down or pulling it down, then that's probably not an ideal scenario. That and the best look with the best flotation. If you are concerned about safety, then just stick with U.S. Coast Guard approved. Also, how you enter it. Obviously, the zippers in the front are usually the best. There's a lot of comp vests out there that will still have a strap on the bottom that you can click and you can tighten up. I don't prefer those, but if you're looking for a little extra tightness on the bottom to keep that vest down, those are nice. But I've had my best luck with the Liquid Force Z cardigan, but everybody's a little bit different. And like I said, I bought their best one, the Ghost Comp, and I liked my Z cardigan better. And I have a buddy that has a version of the Ghost Comp as well, and he loves his. So it just depends on the person. But for me, it's the fit, and I like it to be nice and light, flexible, and be able to get into it easy with the zipper. In my last video, I forgot to explain what the first couple clips were. You saw a group of people in my basement, and then I did my TMBC Wake announcement. I just want to explain that. Basically, I promote people coming out to the lake more often, and what I do is I offer a t-shirt, a free t-shirt to those people who come out 4 or more times in a season. So that was what I call my award ceremony, where I hand out those shirts. So that's all I have for my video. For those of you who are interested in how my daughter Wakely's doing, keep watching because I've got some clips I'll show you to end the video here. Thank you for watching my video. We'll see you next time.